Hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I'm Jason, your host. I was going through some old paperwork and I found Paola's old documentation for the club that she used to run. When I met her, our second date was at All Sager College in 1997 or round about that. I remember that. And Paola was really into science fiction. I mean, you've got to remember, back then it was not fashionable to say you're a geek. It was not fashionable to be involved with all this kind of things. A lot of us who grew up in the world of this, we actually got bullied, we got trashed. We had a life of pain and suffering because we liked computers, because we liked computer games. We were ridiculed by the sports people, we were trashed. We went through, this is the kind of thing that they don't really show when they're making things out to be, oh, so cool. Yeah, it was dangerous sometimes to be, especially in kind of places I lived, to say that you liked Star Wars, or to say that you were involved with all these kind of things, made you a target. Now, Paola created something called the Outpost. This was a club at the college she went to that she ran. And she designed most of the bits and pieces. These were one of the flyers that they were setting up for people to come to the actual fantasy when they had their thingy. And they were always fighting to get access to places like that because, of course, the sports people and the sports clubs always got all the money and everything. These people had to just innovate in your local fantasy and science fiction society. It's got a dragon and an actual that's an old Battlestar Galactica 1978 series fighter. First meeting Tuesday the 3rd of October, 6 p.m. Yeah, Maynard Building. A long time ago in a campus far, far away. Outpost fantasy. Students fascinated by science fiction and fantasy choose a juncture in the time-space continuum and beam down to our first meeting. Be careful though, someone or something could get there first. New members welcome. So they had all of these kind of things. They used the theatre to show completely. We're never supposed to do this. It's like they were, of course, watching Alien Special Edition Lecture Theatre 1, Tuesday, 14th of March, 7 p.m. I'm sure they didn't have permission to show those kind of things to clubs and that. Of course, they did. This also put them at odds with the Christian groups as well, who thought that they were going to go to hell and that, and they had lots of harassment by them. Oh, they did the vampire stuff as well. Of course, they were showing the film Interview with a Vampire. Oh, and then the next one, and this was Babylon 5, 24th of October. They were watching Willow and then Babylon 5. And of course, every time they did one of these, they did the artwork to go with it and that. But this one was Dune. And that was for December, the 5th of December. Lecture Theatre 1, 6 p.m. And of course, can't forget this Tuesday, 12th of December, Empire Strikes Back. And we're going to be watching that. Did all this and that. Lots of little comic strips for the actual little newsletter that they did. Barfield style. Galactic Assembly. And there. So this was the next. Yeah, this was, I believe, the next year. And they were doing, actually, we kept all these. I mean, to find someone like Paola who was so into all of this. And then, of course, they were showing Red Dwarf, Doctor Who, Classic Star Trek, X-Files that night. And of course, then they were showing Highlander on Tuesday, November 14th. No, she did this for all the time she was there. And these were the flyers which were given out with Doctor Who on and all different things. I mean, and then they had the newsletters that they did. Red Dwarf. Talking about what they were going to be showing. What the plans were. British Star Trek convention. Ooh. April edition, so lots of different things that they were actually doing. It was amazing, Paola was. I mean, she was amazing, the stuff that she did. The passion for all this kind of fantasy stuff. And the idea of the outpost was based, of course, on the rebel outpost on the moon. I'm not sure. My brain is probably not in the right place to remember that. But yeah. And of course, she did little pictures from, of course. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I've been 4. Because that's, of course, like a little thing of the, like, and it. No, it's Return of the Jedi, isn't it? No, I'm probably wrong even about that much. Yeah, I just wanted to have a little discussion about that. So I hope you're all having a splendid. This is Jason for the VRchat.